Every team makes a plan. But only one team in the world has what it takes to succeed, no matter what gets in their way. Find out more at goarmy.com/team.
Welcome to the Last Scout Show from small town rural America here on the Missouri-Kansas border. And, well, I came across a commercial for the British Army and took a look at it and went back through to Army.com and looked at some of their films or commercials for recruiting. So I decided to compare the two. And I hope you like that opening one. Boy, that one from the Army, man, does it not make you want to become a scout and get out there and kick Haji's ass or whoever you need to deal with? That's right, get in there, belong to a team, be it. Okay, well, now, let's move on to the British Army's recruiting for soldiers. You're going to like this one.
I grew up with brothers and I'd always played sports, but I still thought the army was dominated by men and it wasn't for me. I decided to get a normal job. Men at work would often talk over me. I felt like I didn't have a voice. So I decided to go for it and I joined the army. It was totally different. All that matters is you're good at your job. I recently commissioned as an officer, and now I lead a team of 30 women and men. It feels good to finally have my voice heard.
Growing up, I really had my heart set on joining the army. My brother was out in Afghanistan. Hearing his experiences, that's when I knew I wanted to join as a medic. I was really worried about whether I'd be accepted, but within days I was more than confident about being who I was. I'm not afraid to talk about having a boyfriend. I thought I'd have to hide it, but once you've done it you think, well, why did I make it such a big thing for so long?
Faith has always been a part of who I am. Daily prayers were a huge part of family life. But growing up, it got harder. Many jobs wouldn't give you a chance to pray. When I joined the army, I was worried it would be worse. But the army embraces the fact that you would come from a different faith. Even on exercise, there's always a quiet moment to go into a cabin and just sort of find a little corner and do your prayers there. Yeah, the lads would go out of the way to sort of make sure that I'm happy, part of the team, all that sort of stuff. My faith is such a part of me. That doesn't change when I put on a uniform.
I love the idea of the army. Being a barman, my fitness was next to nothing. I kind of thought everyone was going to be a super fit machine. Started off slow because obviously I was unfit. It was a struggle. But everyone in your troop helps out. I can safely say I'm fitter than I ever was. I'll always remember those lads that helped me from day one.
Man up. Grow a pair. It feels like as a man, you can never express your emotions. I thought joining the army would be 1,000 times worse. That any sign of emotion would be a sign of weakness. That I would have it ripped out of us. But once you're in, you realise no one is a machine. The army is family. I've probably told them things I wouldn't even tell my own family. There's always someone there to talk to, or even just make you laugh.
Okay. So, what'd you think? Pretty touchy-feely. Pretty, dealing with all the inner emotions. I wonder if they have, like, emotional cards at basic training over in Great Britain. I know they started that thing under Obama with our basic training. My son hated it, thought it was the biggest thing. I know when I went through basic training, you didn't have to worry about emotion cards because your emotion was made for you. But talk about a social justice type advertisement for the What happened to the British Army? In my time in the military, I trained with the British, and they were hardcore, the group of people that I was with. And heck, even off duty, it was getting drunk, fighting amongst themselves, or us fighting them for who had the best regiment. But boy, looking at this recruiting thing for the British Army, man, it makes you shake your head. And it's done in like this really weird way too. I don't know if you've seen the old movie Metropolis, old silent movie, but anyway, like the artwork was like this Metropolis kind of Orwellian, I don't know what kind of animation you call that. It was pretty bizarre. Almost had a Nazi socialist propaganda edge to it, the artistic presence of it. Anyway, that's in my opinion. But anyway, I hope our army, our military keeps putting out them badass recruiting films, commercials that make you want to be a part of something really bad and be a part of something that's bigger than yourself. Because man, the British Army, man, you guys used to rule the world. What happened? Unbelievable. Well, I'm just speaking from an old Cavalry Scout's perspective. And so you head out on a positive note. I don't want the last video you see on this show to be the British Army tried to recruit a soldier. I don't want you to see that. But I do want you to see something that'll pick you up. A little video that I made from a song by Cord Lung called I Want to Be in the Cavalry. Thanks for watching the last show. You take care, and God bless.
Well, I want to be in the cavalry if they send me off to war. I want a good steed under me like my forefathers before. I want a good mount when the bugle sounds and I hear the cannons roar. Well, I want to be in the cavalry if they send me off to war. Well, I want a horse and a volunteer force that's riding forth at dawn. Please save for me some gallantry that will echo when I'm gone. I beg of you, Sarge, let me lead the charge and the battle lines are drawn. Let me at least leave a good hoofbeat that remember loud and long. Well, I'd not a good foot soldier make, I'd be sour and slow at march. And I'd be sick on a Navy ship and the sea would leave me parched. But I'll be first in line if they let me ride, by God, you'll see my starch. Low back o'er the heath with the laurel wreath underneath that victory arch. Well, I wanna be in the cavalry if they send me off to war. Well, I want a good steed under me like my forefathers before. I want a good mount when the bugle sounds and I hear the cannons roar. Well, I want to be in the cavalry if they send me off to war. Let me earn my spurs and the battle's blue and the day is lost or won. I I'll wield my lance as the ponies dance and the blackguards fire their guns. A saber keen and a saddle carbine and an army Remington, where the hot lead screams with the cocoa steel. I may be a cavalryman. Well, I wanna be in the cavalry if they send me off to war. And I want a good steed under me like my forefathers before. I want a good mount when the bugle sounds and I hear the cannons roar. Well, I wanna be in the cavalry if I must go off to war. And stir up my boots and place them back to front, 'cause I won't be back on the riderless black, and I'm finished in my hunt. Well, I wanna be in the cavalry if they send me off to war. Well, I wanna be in the cavalry, but I won't ride home no more.